All right. All right. All right. Welcome to the stretch with Miss Imani. Okay? Welcome. All right. I'm about 90%. Okay? I'm about 90%, which is great. We're going to go on and hop into this stretch. Thank you for joining me. If you think there may be somebody out there that you know that can benefit from a stretch, please share. That can benefit from the word, the music, the movement. Please share. Okay? We're gonna just hop right on into this stretch. And we're gonna do two 15-minute segments. Two 15-minute segments. And we're gonna start with word for the first 15 minutes. Then we'll go to music. I almost like to say that's our little cool down time, right? So we're going to hop into this word. Every stretch is 60 seconds. Every stretch is 60 seconds. There is a timer. So listen, if you need to modify these stretches, modify these stretches. If you need to do a whole different stretch because of something that your body needs special attention with, do a whole nother stretch. It's all right. The purpose is consistency. The purpose is moving. The purpose is giving your body this daily attention, or at least give it like at least 3 times a week, okay? At least it'll take 2. Give it something, all right? So we're going to hop on in here. I don't know if my voice is a little raspy because it is 90%, but I do feel better, and getting into this stretch I think is going to help me, okay? So let's get started. I'm going to mute myself and we're going to jump right on in. The first stretch is yours. So on the first stretch, don't do what I do. That's for both 15-minute segments. It's always going to be about you on that first stretch. Always. That is your check-in stretch. That is your stretch where you breathe, move nice and slow. Don't just jump into your typical stretches. Move in some awkward, unusual ways. Feel things out, people. This is your time to connect with your body. It's important. It's important. All right, come on. I'm going to mute myself. We're going to get started.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's time to get it done. It's time for you to focus on the now. You got to get your priorities straight right now.
Warm up.
Because those that are dedicated to success speak a language that excuses will never understand. You can't sit and wait for somebody to do it for you. You got to stop waiting for something to happen, and you got to make it happen. Get it done right now. You see, there are so many people in this world right now, they're just sitting around waiting. Oh, I can do it tomorrow. Waiting. Oh, don't worry about it. It's not that important. Waiting. That's the mentality that many people have. They like to wait instead of doing. They like to talk about it, but they're never gonna be about it. You're waiting for someone to say do this or do that when you know in your mind that it needs to be done. Oh, I get it. It's that new time of the year again. It took you a year to realize that you needed to do something. It took you a year to realize that, hey, I should have done this last year. Shoulda, coulda, woulda ain't got nothing to do with right now. You got to step aside, and you got to step up, and you got to get in your own lane, and you got to do what's necessary. Stop waiting for a trend to happen. Stop letting other people dictate your life. Instead, you take control of your life. Take control of it. Do something with it. Stop making excuses. This is what we're talking about. Getting it done, and getting it done now. Do you realize how powerful excuses are? Excuses can be manifested in many people around the world. In fact, people tend to hold on to excuses rather than just dedicating themselves to the priorities that are before them. How valuable is your health right now? Why does it take so long for you to realize that you need to do something to stay healthy? Mentally and physically. See, ladies and gentlemen, we live in a very busy society. And we tend to let other things control our lives. Think about it. You work your 9 to 5, and then your 9 to 5 becomes 12-hour shifts. You forget about the importance of yourself. You forget that nothing can work or get done without you being behind it. Whether you own a company or you work for a company, you got to get it done within yourself and prioritize the things that are necessary for you to function in your life. Let's stop pretending. Let's stop playing this game that everybody likes to play from time to time. Let's stop thinking of just make money, make money, make money. How about make life? How about live life? How about not basing everything off of materialistic things? Because guess what, ladies and gentlemen, you can't take it with you when you're gone. But if you're taking care of the things that are important right now, you'll be amazed how far you can really go in your life. You realize that there are people out there who don't have a choice. Some people right now can't help that they're sick. They can't help that they're fighting cancer. They can't help that they're homeless. They can't help that they don't have a job anymore. We don't know the circumstances. We don't know the backstories behind these individuals. But I can promise you, there are people out there that are just downright selfish. And they refuse to do the right thing. So they take life for granted. They take their jobs for granted. They take their families for granted. They take friendships for granted. They feel like they're untouchable. Don't let that be you. Why not be the person that makes the right choices and just get it done? Look around you. Have you really paid attention to how our mindset is in society today? From our mature people to the youth, look around you. What type of examples are we setting for our future, ladies and gentlemen? When are we gonna stop having these mindsets to say that I can do it the next day or the day after? No, do it right now. If it needs to get done, get it done now. Because if tomorrow comes for you, something else is gonna block your path and you can't get done the thing that needs to be done at that moment. Because something else got in your way, and then you get bombarded, and then you want to quit, and then you say you don't have the time, you don't make the time, you don't have enough time to do this, you don't have time to do that, I got to pick up my kids, I got this, I got that. No, you got to set the standards. You got to stop saying what you can't do and what won't be done. There are going to be challenges. You are going to go through some ups and downs. You're going to have to make certain sacrifices. That's right, ladies and gentlemen, sacrificing. Meaning that you're going to have to give up certain things so that other things can get done right. You don't have time to be sitting around thinking you're the only one that's got to struggle. You're not the only one in the world that's got to take care of children. You're not the only one in the world that's working 2, maybe 3 jobs. But you got to get things that need to be done right. It doesn't matter if you're a single parent. It doesn't matter if you're a CEO of a business. It doesn't matter what you are doing. It always comes back to the mindset of the individual. You got to designate the right things in your life. But if you're wasting valuable time on excuses, guess what? Excuses loves to celebrate when you don't get it done. So if you're that person that just can't seem to break those bad habits, if you're that person that always seems to care more for everybody else and forget about yourself, you're not gonna get very far. Like I said, sacrifice. Sacrifice. Sometimes you got to sacrifice people. Sometimes you got to say, hey, you're not gonna get me in a position that I need to be, and I need to be in a better position. So I may have to sacrifice the time that I've been spending with you and give myself a little bit more time so I can better myself. This is what this is about, ladies and gentlemen. It's about you, the individual. Sometimes you got to say, hey, it's about me today. It's about me getting things done and getting it done right now. It's up to you now. So get it done. Get it done right now. Be productive for the rest of your life. Keep it moving and conduct your business. Who am I? There's going to be times that you will question yourself about who you are inside. What makes you so special? What makes you stand out? Who am I? That is the question. This is a daily question. What exactly am I supposed to be doing with my life? Because I know there was a time when I was doing so well. But as soon as the bad things started to happening in my life, I started to second guess myself. I started saying to myself, what am I doing wrong? Who am I? What am I? What am I supposed to be doing? How come I can't get over this hump? This is when you got to stop being lazy and start being more creative. Well, ladies and gentlemen, here it is. Do you believe in yourself? You don't have to be a carbon copy of someone for people to see you and know you and respect you. You don't need anyone to validate who you are. You don't need anyone to have that much power to tell you how to think about yourself. We've all been in that position where we wanted approval. We've been in that position where we wanted to feel loved and appreciated. The question is, ladies and gentlemen, do you feel appreciated within yourself? Are you pleased with yourself? You don't have time to be faking it till you make it. If something has already been done, do something else. Don't be a rerun, be a new episode. Can you be different? Can you be something that no one has ever seen before? What am I? What is my purpose? Why am I living? Why am I walking this earth at this moment right now? Do I understand my true nature? What exactly am I supposed to be doing with my life? Sometimes things are going to go good, and sometimes things are not going to go so good. Things that we are experiencing in our daily activities, they are so unpredictable. You don't have time to be second guessing yourself. It's true, we do get to a point in our minds that we think less of ourselves because something just didn't work out. We feel that we have to chase somebody else's dreams and their success to make us feel better. That we got to be a carbon copy of someone else so that we can take credit for something that has already been done. But we're too lazy to just say, you know what? I'm gonna make as many mistakes that I can until I figure this out within myself and create something that no one has ever heard or seen before. I mean, let's think about it. There are people that you see that you may admire right now. They had to have a humble beginning. Some people laughed at them because they had an idea and no one believed in that idea. But that person kept working, kept thriving, kept making mistakes, was talked about. Even at times, they gave up because they allowed outside interference to come into their world. They allowed people and circumstances to betray them. But they were really honestly betraying themselves. We are all at point in times in our lives going to be guilty of this particular situation because we feel we need approval. That's the problem sometimes that many people face. And when you allow these things to happen, it slows you down. You're never going to take it to that other place that you want to go because you're too busy worrying about people and what they're thinking about you instead of thinking enough about yourself. If you're worrying too much about the wrong things, then how can the right things be manifested within your life? Because if you think less of yourself, then less things are going to happen in your life. So you got to stand out a little bit. You got to take the necessary risk. You got to be able to get a little bit uncomfortable with yourself. There's nothing, absolutely nothing wrong with being a little bit uncomfortable. There are actually people in the world that you see that are very comfortable. They're happy. They're satisfied. They have nothing else they need to do. They got everything that they can want in their lives. But here's the real challenge here, people. Everything that you see now may not be there the next day. And those people that you look into, the moment they get uncomfortable, they panic. Because all they know is having a good time. I'm happy today. Sure, it's good to be happy, but sometimes you're gonna have those bad days and you got to know how to get through it. And this is when you will find out who you really are. What makes you different? What gets you to that next part in your life will determine how you respond to the challenges that you are facing.
Activity completed.
Don't be what others have already done. Don't be something that's already been made. With the millions and billions of people in the world, you have yet to show us that you have something to bring to the table too. You ask the question, who am I? Who are you? What are you? And what are you prepared to do?
Warm up. Cool down. Activity completed.